Hi everyone, this is Inju Murthy. I'm the founder and managing director of Catch Communications. We are a full-service integrated consultancy based in Dubai, and we service clients in the corporate and consumer space across the GCC. The idea of it sprung in 2016 when I was working at another agency. It was just a whole lot of passion, ambition, and love for the industry and space coming together, and that's how Catch was culminated. Honestly, it started out from my bedroom. I was 27 years old. I think it was a young fire and spark, and I really loved what we were doing and what we continue to do here, which is telling stories, highlighting brands in a positive light, give people with good businesses and brands a platform to go out there and share their stories and to grow their business. So I think just a combination of all of these different factors came in for Catch. So our industry, the communication space, has gone through a fair bit of evolution. I think the COVID-19 pandemic, the year 2020, saw quite a bit of acceleration. So when we set out the business in 2018, we were predominantly focusing on public relations as a medium to service our clients in. And then, with the increased digitization and brands having to connect with their consumers via various touch points, we had to evolve as well. The industry was evolving. So really, I think looking at all of the other mediums that fall under marketing, whether that's being present on social media, whether that's, coming up with really compelling content that would attract your consumers, liaising with influencers, doing events and activations, bringing all of that together, of course, marrying them to produce a very impactful and effective strategy for our business. I think that's what we are able to do now. We didn't set out to do that, but today it is the need of the hour, and we do service our clients across all of these verticals. I think one of the things that we do and we do really well at Catch is we always have young people on our team, young people who are constantly tuned into social media, who are consuming a lot of news on social media, so that we, if there's any new app, any other development, any trend that kind of comes up in our weekly meetings, and we find a way to bring that into the plans for our clients. Of course, things like the introduction of artificial intelligence. Now ChatGPT is something that we actively use at the consultancy. So we do, I would say, keep an eye out on it, and if there's anything that facilitates what we do, we definitely bring that in to the agency, no question asked. The way that we work, we're a boutique consultancy, right? So we work as an extension of the teams of our clients, which basically means sitting down with you one-on-one, figuring out where you are in your business and where is it that you need to go. So that's our approach. And then we kind of take a step back and work backwards to figure out what would really work for you. So you might be, a brand that's really well known on the map, but all you want to do is really be present, go out there with your news regularly. So then we kind of come in and propose, all right, let's look at, so-and-so traditional mediums. But if you're a young brand that's just about launching in a new market, we then kind of go ahead and look at quite a few different mediums. So our approach, or I would say what sets us apart, is, it's very personalized. There's no one glove that fits all kind of an approach. And depending on where you're at and where you want to get to, we kind of come in and offer our counsel. Catch Academy is something that's very special to me. It's very close to my heart. We launched Catch Academy in 2020 when the main business was going through a very difficult time, due to the acceleration of the pandemic and shutdown of the world. Essentially, we lost about 90% of our clientele, which meant not just us suffering, but also businesses suffering, because if you stop marketing, how are people going to know where to find you or what you're up to? So one of the ideas or something that we came up with was this sister division to Catch Communications, which was the Academy, where we essentially went out and trained people on how can you do your own marketing. What are some of the basics that you need to do when you're looking at engaging media, or running your own page socially, or connecting with influencers, how to go about it, etc. So it started off as some sort of quick school for brands to enroll in. It was a 4-week course, but then later on, given the response, we kind of opened it up to students, we opened it up to in-house marketing professionals, and yeah, it's been a great journey. Startups, I think, again, are something that's very, very close to our heart. I was a startup. Catch was a startup not very long ago. Still is in so many senses. So we understand we are an entrepreneurial organization. We understand the challenges that a young business goes through. We also understand, being in the field of marketing and communications, how essential and important it is to not just communicate your brand, but communicate it really well. So that's where the idea of Catch Startup came about, where we were constantly being approached by young brands, new brands, and I think in the UAE market, or now even in the wider GCC, you have a lot of brands springing up or coming up, every other day a week, and they of course necessarily won't have the budgets or the sort of marketing budgets a bigger brand would do. So the idea and how we work with them is we kind of give them a clubbed package, where we'll say, again, all right, so you're launching now. For the first 3 months, we focus on building your brand, and then we tweak it, and then we focus on the awareness side of things, or the lead generation side of things. But rather than pricing this individually as we would with another client, if the business is 14 months or younger, we automatically qualify you as a startup, and we kind of price our fee structure accordingly as well. And we have found brands really responding to that. It's been tremendously successful. Again, something that let us kind of go through the COVID period, where we saw a lot of these home-based and young businesses coming up. Great response and very rewarding work. Way too many moments here to share, but if I had to pick one, I would say it has been managing people, finding the right team, finding the right set of clients. I think our business is a people-facing business. We're dealing with people. We rely on people to get our jobs done. So that alignment of values, what people bring into work, what we're able to give back, I think that's very important. So over the last 5 years, I feel like I've grown 15 years, mentally and emotionally. I today have a much better understanding of how to navigate my own emotions, but also the emotions of my team. You become a lot more emotionally intelligent as well. And I feel like that's definitely a gift that Catch has given back to me. I've always believed in leading by example. We are not a very big team, and we work very closely together. We're all here in the office, every day kind of grinding. So if I show up with a certain energy, I know that my team will follow suit. So that's definitely something that we do. Another thing that we try to foster is, we are a young organization that's very entrepreneurial in nature. That's one quality that we definitely look out for in all our team, right? So lead, be accountable, don't be afraid to speak up. You could be an intern, you could be a new joiner, but you might have an idea that could just surpass anybody else's. So be very vocal, share. Creativity, of course, that's our business, and the more creative we are, the more successful we are in what we do. We have a lot of brainstorms. We have a very interactive, open office environment, right? So the team are sitting around each other, they're constantly talking and sharing ideas. I came across this campaign video, can we do that? And things like that. So I feel like that really, really helps, that sort of an open environment when people don't feel afraid to voice what they're thinking, and that for us fuels a lot of creativity. The first 5 years of our journey have been incredible. We started out servicing brands in the consumer space, and over the last year and a half now, we've kind of gone ahead and set up our corporate division too. The next 5 years really look like expanding the corporate space more and more. That's a vertical particularly that I'm very invested in at the moment. So that's, taking on more work in the fintech, Web3, healthcare, like all of these sort of niche spaces. And of course, doing a lot more work in my hometown, which is home country, which is Saudi Arabia, where I grew up. I think definitely expanding into other GCC markets with our service offering and experience. Our client portfolio is a mixed bag. So you will have everything from fashion brands all the way to beauty, hospitality, tech, finance, and everything in between. Another thing that we take on and we do quite well, if I may say so, is working with female-founded brands and concepts. So now, 5 years of our operation, we're very proud to say that we've represented and supported the journeys of 30 plus female-founded brands. And these were everything right from home-based businesses, all the way to fashion brands coming in from other markets and launching in the UAE. So that's definitely something that's very exciting to us. So if you stuck around till the end of the video, thank you very much for hearing my story. I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn and Instagram. I'm on there, both the platforms with my first and last name. And if you're a brand looking for some publicity, do get in touch, and we look forward to doing some great work together with you. Catch Communications, connect, collaborate, and commute.